Welcome back, YouTube. Sensei Domino here. I've got a real quick 5-card mail day, although a pair of them are duplicates. They're all vintage pre-war, various subject matters. I will start with this 1936 Carreras Famous Airmen and Airwomen, Charles Lindburgh. This is a set that I've kept an eye on. There's several cards in here that I've wanted to pick up, including this Lindburgh. There's also another card that I picked up from the same set that I'll show next. But aside from these two, there's also an Amelia Earhart in it. And there's also another card that's got the Hindenburg on it that I'd like to pick up as well. This is a real nice copy of this card. A little bit of a soft corner right here, but overall I'm pretty happy with the shape of this. Just to give a little bit of background on Charles Lindburgh for those that don't know who he is. At 25, he made the first solo transatlantic flight from New York to Paris aboard the Spirit of St. Louis. And for that he received the Medal of Honor and the Distinguished Flying Cross, along with the highest French Order of Merit, which was the Legion of Honor. And he was also honored by Time magazine as their first Man of the Year in 1928. Also, he's also known for 1932. His son Charles Jr. was kidnapped and murdered in what became known as the crime of the century. So he does have that tragedy in his life, which if you're a parent, there's nothing more horrific than having your child murdered. So I can only imagine what Charles Lindburgh and his family had to go through during that ordeal. Anyway, super excited to get this card, add it to the collection. And next, here's the other card that I picked up. This is Captain Jimmy Doolittle. He's known for his Doolittle raid during World War II in 1942. For which he received the Medal of Honor from Franklin Roosevelt. And he was also a flight instructor during World War I. He also received his doctorate in aeronautics from MIT, which was actually the first doctorate in aeronautics issued in the United States. He also became a National Aviation Hall of Famer in 1967 as well. So, highly decorated individual, Captain Doolittle. He was also played by Alec Baldwin in the movie Pearl Harbor. So I'm really happy to get this card and add it to the collection. It's in real nice shape, a little bit of soft corner on the left side on the top and bottom, but otherwise pretty good condition. The next card I have is a little bit of a larger card. This is a 1932 Sanella Margarine, Helen Wills Moody. And Helen Wills Moody was one of the greatest female tennis players of her era. You might know this set as being the set that has one of the more affordable Playing Days Babe Ruth cards, which has, over the last couple years just shot into the stratosphere. So for most people, it's probably no longer affordable. So I was looking for other cards from the set that I'd be able to pick up, and decided on this Helen Wills Moody. The back of the card is written in German, and I believe this is the Type 3 version because it does have a number. It's number 63. And it also has the Sanella logo located close to the bottom. Card's in pretty decent shape. There's, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little bit of discoloration along the borders. You might be able to see it over here. And it's got a little bit of a soft corner over here, but overall for a 90-year-old card, roughly 90-year-old card, I'm I'm happy to get this card in this condition. A little bit about Helen Wills Moody. She won 31 Grand Slam titles in her career, including 19 singles titles. She won the French Open 4 times, Wimbledon 8 times, and the U.S. Open 7 times. She was also the first American woman athlete to become a global celebrity. In 1926, she played a match against Suzanne Lenglen of France, which was later called the match of the century. This was also the only career meeting of probably the 2 most prominent female tennis players of this era. And the match went to Lenglen 6-3, 8-6. Helen Wills Moody also had a 180 match win streak between 1927 and 1933. I mean, that's just absurd to me. I mean, the dominance. In 1933, she also beat the 8th ranked U.S. males player in an exhibition. Also, from 1919 to 1938, she had a record of 398 and 35. And she had a winning streak of 158 matches where she didn't even drop a set. She was the first American woman to win the French Open, the first tennis player, male or female, to win 3 majors in a single calendar year. And from 1922 to 1938, she entered 24 Grand Slam singles events, won 19 of them, was the runner-up in 3 others, and defaulted twice due to an appendectomy. But if you take those 2 defaults out, she was in the finals in every major she entered. In 1935, she was the female athlete of the year by the Associated Press, and in 1959 she was inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame. And so this is certainly an athlete that deserves to be in your collection. And in all honesty, I can't think of another athlete that was as dominant as Helen Wills was. That's more affordable. I mean, you can find her cards from the 1930s for essentially pennies on the dollar, under $10 for sure. And so, if you're looking for some vintage of a dominant athlete, look no further than Helen Wills Moody. And I'm super excited to add this card to the collection. These last 2 cards I'm super excited about. In my opinion, this is a legend of baseball. And here we go. We have a pair of 1913 Napoleon Lajoie game cards. These are the red tint. Let me put one of these to the side. All right, this card game consisted of 50 cards. The cards were issued as part of Parker Brothers' National American Baseball game. And apparently these red tinted versions are a little more scarce than the blue version. They're not exactly scarce though, because there were 50 cards in each game that had this same photo on it. So if you're looking for a Napoleon Lajoie to add to your collection, this is probably a nice place to start that won't break the bank. These things are relatively affordable. And the backs of them have various different plays that you'll use during the game. But super excited to add a card of just a legendary player, and to give a little bit of background on Napoleon Lajoie, who you may know from his 33 Gaudy. This incredibly scarce card that's just, super expensive. Anyway, he had a 339 lifetime batting average. He had 3,252 hits. He won the Triple Crown in 1901, a year when he set the batting average record, which still stands today at 426. He was a 5-time AL batting champ. He was a 1-time home run leader in 1901, a 3-time RBI leader. He was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in the second class ever in 1937. In 1914, he joined Cap Anson and Honus Wagner as the third person ever to reach 3,000 hits. And he also had a pretty intense rivalry with Ty Cobb, which culminated in the 1910 batting race, when a car dealer offered the winner of the batting race a car. And people during that time were checking, the newspapers, seeing how the batting race played out. And in the end, even today, I don't think anybody truly knows who won the batting race, but Ty Cobb was awarded the winner, although the car dealership ended up giving both players a car. So I thought that was kind of cool. Anyway, super excited to add this Napoleon Lajoie to the collection. It might very well be the only Napoleon Lajoie from his playing days that I'll ever get in my collection. So I picked up a pair of these, and one of these is just super nice shape, other than a little bit of streaking, maybe discoloration on the back. This other one, I don't know if you can see, but right there, there's a little bit of a wrinkle that goes across here, but I'm not too worried about that. This card is a 1913 card. It's 109 years old. So I'm okay with a little bit of a wrinkle. So super excited to add these cards to my collection. Anyway, that's all I have for you. I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend, and I'll talk to you again soon.